Hi guys, it is Coach B. Wiley here. I hope you're having a good day. So, if you're new to my channel, number one, if you're new here, if you like videos on dating, relationship, breakups, and just any kind of other communication videos, this channel is for you. So, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I do videos most days of the week. So, I was watching Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, before I saw this episode, I had already written down this idea for a video. So on Potomac, on the inside of my lip, my bracket is rubbing my lip. So I have to put some wax on it. So I'm sorry. It's bothering me. So anyway, so Potomac, she was talking to her children. She has three kids, and they were just basically in a nutshell saying how they have never seen her in a relationship before, so therefore they really didn't know what to do or what healthy love looks like. And they also said that they feel like Giselle isn't emotionally available to them, and they're just concerned about that. So that was the gist of it. Now, I have been in a situation like that with a parent who is emotionally disconnected. And recently, I've decided that I have to just completely stop expecting that person to be more than what they are. So if you're watching this and if you're a parent and you don't have like a real connection or bond with your child outside of being their their authoritative figure and being their parent, and you don't just sit in what I mean by that. This is what I mean. Think about your relationship with your kids. Outside of chores, schoolwork, sports, and their friends, do you ever just sit down with your child and have a conversation? Just, hey, what's been up? How's life been treating you? What are some things you're struggling with? If there's an issue at school, how can you handle that? What did you think about that? If they're teenagers, I have a teenage son, he's 15, you want to also talk about the S word. I'll just do it like that because this is YouTube. You know what I mean? How's that going? If you have, not how is that going, but are your friends doing it? What are they talking about when it comes to that? When it comes to pleasing themselves, specifically for boys. Girls do it too, but boys really got it in the age when they get into a teenager. How is that going? Have you had struggles with that? Have you started doing that? If so, let's have a conversation about self discipline and how we can conquer and overcome things of that nature. It's all about how you connect with your child. Because if you're not connecting with your child, and if you're just treating them like I'm your mother, I'm your father, and you listen to me, and that's it, I guarantee you your child is not going to be open when they're struggling with puberty. They're not going to be open if someone is bullying them at school. They're not going to be open if they have these feelings about a girl or a boy at their school and they don't know what to do with them. And the enemy is just going to use them and screw them up. Trust me when I say that. So think about your bond with your kid. Now, I know for me, I'll use me for an example. From day one with my son, I was always open. I was always, yes, I'm your mother. However, I'm human first. I'm a woman, I'm a person. And then, okay, I just so happen to be your parent. Okay? So whenever he has been struggling with anything, I just have a conversation with him. We'll be going to the park. We'll be on our way to the store. We'll be on our way out of town. Hey, how's life going? How's school? How are your friends? Oh, what are they into? Oh, really? Johnny was talking about that. How do you feel about that? If I see a girl on TV, because now he's at that age where he sees girls and he has a type. And so I look, we're watching a show. What do you think about her? Is she your type? What do you like? What are you into? What do you want to be when you grow up? What are you doing right now to get you there? How do you feel about yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you like yourself? Do you get down on yourself? What are some things you'd like to change about yourself? These are literally conversations I have with my son. And when I say when you treat your child as a human versus someone that's beneath you, a lot of parents treat their kids like they owe them something. Like your child does not owe you for being here in this world. Like that doesn't even make sense. Like you made an active decision to have your kid. And a lot of parents just are mean and they always have attitudes and they're never happy. And it's just like, how can a child talk to you? Specifically, single mothers. I picked up a single mother the other day while I was Ubering because that's my side hustle. And he was just a little boy. He was like maybe, I don't know, 4. And she was just so disgruntled with him when she engaged with him. But when she engaged with me, her attitude was totally different. She was very pleasant. So I was like, why is she so disgruntled with him? He's not even doing anything. Like, what is going on here? And so you have to be mindful, ladies, specifically single ladies and gents too, single dads that are watching this. You have to be mindful of how you engage with your children, because if they see you hateful, angry, mad, if they feel like if they have an issue and they bring it to you and you yell, and that is your response versus listening and understanding that you too were that age. You too had your struggles. Just because you were a teenager and now that you're grown, don't be so disconnected from who you used to be versus who you are today. Because if you become disconnected, your kid will disconnect from you. And who are they going to learn things from? The streets. They just going to go out there and be super green. Take it from me. They're going to be super green and they're not going to know what they're doing. And they're going to make so many mistakes because they have no guidance. They have no order. They are feeling abandoned at times, not all the time, but sometimes kids will feel abandoned if they can't go to their parents and talk to them about even something as simple as homework because they get their head bit off, or maybe they call their kids stupid. You have to really be mindful about that too. How are you talking to your kids? I mean, you can't be calling your kids stupid. Are you dumb? Are you the R word? You just can't do that, because when you do that, that is childhood trauma. And they will take that with them. And they will be 30 years old and they will mess up on a small mistake, a typo on a report at work. And they will get down on themselves and think they are their R word and think they are something that's mentally wrong and they're dumb and they're stupid and they'll never amount to anything. Your only job as a parent is to allow them the space to be who they are. Let them be who they are. If they wear a certain outfit, it needs to be appropriate, of course. But if they wear a certain outfit that you were just like, why he got that on? Why she wearing that? Let them be who they are. Let them express themselves. Don't expect them to be you, because they're not you. You have them, you have the same DNA, but they're not you. So if they want to play this sport or not, let them or not. If they want to go to school, to college, or if they feel like college is not important, let them make their own decisions, because that is their life, not your life. Your only job is to tell them, be relatable about mistakes that you made when you were their age, so they won't even get involved because they know what happened to you, and they'll be like, okay, if my mother or father is telling me this, I don't even want to touch that one. And you want to have conversations. Stop avoiding the hard conversations. Of course, nobody wants to talk about the S word, when the child is 12 or 13 or 15 or 18. Nobody wants to have that conversation. It's uncomfortable. But I'd much rather have that conversation than be looking at a baby at 12, 13, 14 years old. That's crazy. So do yourself a favor. Quit avoiding hard conversations or uncomfortable conversations. Treat your child like they're a human. Yes, they're young. And even when they make mistakes, even when you think they don't have the common sense that the good Lord gave them. I was like that. And sometimes I can be blonde right now. It's just when they don't know, their little brains are growing. So if it's something so simple, like for example, my son, when you put the masks on, you can knot it on both sides if they're not adjustable in order to form your face. So it's not a big gap in your nose. Like, that's pointless. I hate when I see people when it's a big space. Like, dude, just take the mask off. So he had no idea of how to do a knot. Just to wrap the 2 strings that are connected and just loop your finger and knot it. And I was just infuriated on the inside, but I refused to let him go on another second without learning how to do it. So I kept showing him. And even reinforcement, I said, outside of this knot that I just taught you how to do, which he knows how to do it now, I said, go on YouTube and learn how to do 2 to 3 different kind of knots, so you'll know how to do it. So this won't be a thing. Because one thing with my child, I was very green, just like him. I lacked a lot of common sense, just like him. But I tell him all the time, I will be John Brown and I'm not, that's a curse word. I will be John Brown before I allow you to go out here and be a black dude and just don't have no common sense. Because who are you going to be? You look good, but you don't have no common sense. No common sense. You just a dumb N word, and I refuse to let you be that. So another thing you got to have, lastly, is you got to have patience when it comes to your kids. You cannot just keep flying off the handle every time they do something wrong. You got to get down to the root of it. And then when you're teaching them a lesson, you got to say, look, if you want to be over here doing this and watching those kind of movies and doing this in your room, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to have self-discipline, which means when you get your first job, you're going to see a girl at the job. Y'all going to go in the bathroom and do something you shouldn't be doing. Then you get fired. How are you going to explain that? How are you going to explain that to your next job when you're trying to get a job at just 16 years old? Take it even further. If they play sports, this is for boys and girls. Oh, we'll put it to a girl. A girl, she likes this fella. He likes her. They go under the bleachers and try to get it on. They get busted. They get expelled. Now she's kicked off to the cheer team. She loses her cheerleading scholarship. He's kicked off the football team. He loses his football scholarship. So whatever you do when it comes to your kids and you're disciplining them, don't just say, oh, if you do that, you're going to go down and meet the devil. No, you give them real life consequences and you give them real life examples. If they choose this, then this can happen. And it's only going to continue to escalate. Something so small as telling a little white lie can escalate into cheating, can escalate into stealing, can escalate to now you done killed somebody. It's real spill. So whatever you do, stay emotionally connected. Be aware of how you talk to your children. Treat them as little humans with respect. Give them examples. I ain't saying tell them all your business about how you went to Freaknik and all this, but give them solid examples so they'll know that you're human. Yeah, you're my parent, but actually I can go and talk to my mother and my father about how I'm feeling. And I'll tell you from experience, my son tells me too much. And I'm so grateful that he volunteers too much information versus omitting information. So when your child, you talk to your child today after seeing this video, you say, how was your day? How was school going? If they're little cut short, oh, it's school, it's nothing. If they give you like one word answers or broad answers, there's something going on. And you need to dig a little deeper. And you need to come at them, not like you're judge and jury or judge and the guy that's being prosecuted. You need to come at them from, you know what, when I was your age, I remember when this was happening. That's how you get them to open up. And then they're going to be like, oh, you know what? My friend Linda, her and Johnny, they were doing that. And I was just like confused. So I'm telling you, trust me on this. Communication is the name of the game. Don't be emotionally disconnected from your kids because that can cause real life trauma. That can cause trauma in their relationships, romantically speaking. That can cause trauma with themselves, to get down on themselves. It's just a domino effect of disaster. So do yourself a favor, emotionally connect, emotionally reconnect, and go from there. All right, guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, share it with a friend or family member. If you're still here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm here weekly, most days of the week, with new videos. If you have a video idea for me, feel free. Drop it in my comment, email me down in the description box, and follow me on all platforms on social media. Outside of that, guys, I'll talk to you later.